Top five worst type of kids to go to school with. The first one is kids who sleep in class. Now that's one heck of a start. I know. And I know that because it's like, oh, why do you have a problem with kids sleeping in class? It's just this one specific reason. You know where you can sleep, right? Like, let me try to start this again. Like kids who now I'm not necessarily like saying, oh, now this is not necessarily a shot at kids who sleep in class. This is a shot at kids who don't sleep at all at night and then pull this crap. Like I mean, like in my math class, there's this kid that sits right next to me on my right, who for every time I've seen him, he's on his Chromebook. Now I don't see him around all day, so but whenever I see him, he's on his Chromebook. And then at the end of the class, I saw him put his head down and fall asleep. And it makes me think to myself, man, that is sad. Now I'm not necessarily making fun of the kid, but personally, get some damn sleep. Like I mean, like kids, like it's one thing to be tired, but it's another thing to be so tired that you just put your head down and fall asleep in class. Like that's honestly hilarious. Like you couldn't just simply fall asleep for this shit. Like I got a friend who barely gets sleep. It's almost a parody at this point. It's almost a comedy at this point. Because the guy barely gets any sleep. But the thing is, he's used to it. All he's gotta do is take a nap in the bus ride over to CVCC, and he's 100% good for the rest of the day. I don't know how he does it, but he does it well. He's gonna be the perfect embodiment of a construction worker. So he's perfect for what he's doing over there. But again, for people who get too tired, for people who get too tired at school and just fall asleep in it, here's a little concept and idea for you. Go to bed at home. I get I mean it doesn't get more simple than that. It really doesn't. But this is the least of a problem that I have. And then the second of the top five worst types of kids to be at school with is some of the freshmen. Now, don't get me wrong. Some of the freshmen have been really cool. I'm not gonna lie. Owen, Mason, Bober, I think his name is. Some other kids, but some of them are cool. But in my second semester of my workout class, there have been some freshmen that have been freaking wilding. I mean, throwing up balls, wilding. I mean, yelling, shit, wilding. I mean, basically going insane. It's going like, man, 2 years ago, I was the same age as these guys. That's fucking crazy. But it's like, damn. Like, yo. Like, I'm not usually the person to be like, oh, I'm not usually the person to decide with teachers on certain issues because it's like, but when it comes to this, it's like, freaking mature up already. Like, like, bro, like in junior year, everybody feels so much more chilled than what the past 2 years was. Because I don't know if it was just because of maturity, driving, whatever. Something changed. Well, besides one girl. But it's like, I mean, I know that they'll mature later on, or maybe they won't. But it's like, man, like you're in high school, dude. Like act up to it. Actually work out, get stronger. I'll just leave it at that. And then number three, we got bullies. Now, on the topic of bullies, I mean, you could pick one of side of bullies if you want. Like the bullies are like pick your poison. Like they can do a few things to bully you. Like one of the funniest things is that you randomly do something that's like different from the norm, and then they just clown you for it because it's just like that, knowing damn well they wouldn't do it either. But I mean, that's been a running meme for a while. But the worst type of bullies are just people who bother you for no reason, make fun of you for no reason, and all that. Like, it's the worst type of bullying that's out there. Now, I myself have never been a victim of cyberbullying, none of that crap, so I wouldn't know what it feels like to get cyberbullied. But I sure bet it's terrible. And the thing about bullies is that, again, they bother you for no reason. Unless they actually do have a reason. But it's like, bullies are so fed up at home that they just start being aggressive to people at school. Or maybe that's just them being them. I don't know. But it's like, they clown others because they clown others to make themselves feel better about themselves. And it's like, that's not the way to go about it. Like, I remember one time I had, like, the first kid that ever bullied me was in 4th grade. And, he told me I need to brush my teeth. I didn't say nothing to him because, like, I didn't have a problem with him. Like, I really had no issue with him. And I was like, and my teeth teeth are definitely not the best, and I will leave it at that. And then later on, we had the same gym class, and we were doing this thing with. This would be weird if I say, but let's just say we were doing a thing where it was like, I think it was in multiple groups or whatever. Nah, it was in lines where we would have. All right, I'm trying to explain this the best way I can. In elementary school, have you ever done anything? Do they ever have those big bouncy balls that you just that has a handle and you just sit on and then you just bounce in it? Like, that's what we were doing in gym class, and he was done with his, and then I myself went to get his. And I will admit that I accidentally bumped into him because I was locked in on getting that thing. I'm not gonna lie. I was locked in on getting the big ball, and that was on me. But like back then, I really wasn't good at like. Back then, I wasn't really good. Back then, like. I believe if I was set on something, I would do it. So, like, that's why. And then he just shoved me. And then, like, I got on it. And then he freaking shoved me to the ground. And let me tell you, that was the hardest that anybody had ever pushed me. And the gym floor sucked, too. And, like, man, I almost broke down. Like, damn. But. And everything turned out to be fine. Those were like the two instances I can think of. And it was funny was like I don't know what the kid was going through to be that aggressive, to be that hostile toward me. But it's like, goddamn, bro. Like, what did I ever do to you? Like, does your mom bully you? Does your dad bully you? Like, and then I saw his mom at like one of those middle school things, and I was like, okay, that's why he is what he is. And I never saw them in middle. And the funniest thing was I never saw them in middle school at all. So they moved. So whoever that kid is, he knows who he is. But yeah, bullies can definitively be the worst part of school, for sure. But yeah. And then I need to talk about a bully story, my cornball thing, but. Then for the fourth one, it's tweakers. Now, this wouldn't be on here if there wasn't a specific somebody who wanted to stop tweaking out during lunch. Like, here's the thing, okay? Imagine seeing a kid with long hair, right? Imagine seeing a kid with a dark hoodie who looks like he got Down syndrome, just walking around with his backpack handle in his mouth. That is the experience that I have to deal with in my lunch period. And as a person who sits somewhere where I have a clear view of everything, it is not a good look. And then even worse is like I sit in the stairs. I sit in the early stairs, sixth period or whatever. And then, above me, while I'm eating and doing whatever, I just hear the kid tweak out. Like he's either tweaking out. Like there's some days where he doesn't tweak out at all. Like the other day he was asleep. The other day, and then like some other days he wasn't doing too much. But today he tweaked out like crazy. Like when he started doing this, he got mad attention. It was crazy. Funniest part was that they didn't do anything. The school aides, they didn't do anything. I guess they were like, we don't get paid enough for this, so like, maybe that's fair. But still, the kid was tweaking like crazy. And then if he wasn't tweaking, he'd be walking around with his backpack handle in his mouth, carrying around his backpack like a total psycho. And like I don't know how long he's been doing this. I don't know if he's been doing this the whole year because I've only noticed during the second semester, but he's something. He's something. And then we got the last type of the worst people to go to school with. And it's honestly the worst one, and that is cornballs. Now, if you don't know what the term cornball is, it's basically somebody who tries to be cool or wants to be cool, or at least just tries to be cool. And they just come off as coming as lame. And, man, I knew I had to make this video when I heard the news. I ain't going to say her name, but she knows who she is. But she says that they're more than likely on their way out. And when I tell you that I had never felt more happy in my life than hearing that news, I mean it. I mean, it was a different type of happiness. Like, I've been happy before, don't get me wrong. But it's just like, it's a different type of happiness. And it's like, yes. Yes! It's like a feeling in your chest that you're like, wow. They're actually getting what they deserve. And I can't talk crap without mentioning how it started. So here's the thing. Whenever you're going to school, whether it's kindergarten, first grade, second grade, every day, you always make that one friend that's always like your friend for life, like your friend that you know that you have from elementary school to middle school to high school, and pretty much for life. You always at least make that one friend. Now, it can't be a group, it can't be more than one person, but you at least make one friend that you've known ever since you started school. In that case, it was her. And the thing was, and that all changed in 7th grade. And I'm not going to specify. I can't say that word for crap. I won't specifically. There we go. I won't specifically talk about what happened because I have respect for her mother. But basically, something rough happened in her family, and she did not take it well. She didn't at all. And she started lashing out and all that crap. Like one time we were cleaning the table at the end of the day. Like middle school, you had to clean your table. And man, so like in middle school, you had to clean your table. And she freaking acted like a freaking mad kindergartner. She slammed like the wet rag down and crap. And, and me and my other friend Landon were both looking at her like, what the heck is wrong with her? And my friend Landon, yeah, I'm naming you. My friend Landon, he wasn't taking none of it, and rightfully so. And I was personally in the middle of the pack. So like I understood what Landon was feeling. Like I wouldn't take that either, and he had no right to take it from her. So he was all over it. But I could also understand like at that point, Sophia had been my friend since like ever since like kindergarten or whatever. And it's like I didn't want her to do it like this, where I like put myself away from her. But I felt like it was best for us to have some space. Now maybe the way I did it wasn't the best way I could have, but like I just told her like you need time to yourself. All right, you need to calm down, relax, and she didn't take it good at all because the next day she says I see her at a new table sitting with a bunch of girls and saying that me and Landon were jealous of her. That me and that me and him were jealous of her, which at the time is hilarious. And it still is to this day because it's like what in your head made you think like, oh, they want me to have some space so I can better myself. Oh, I'm just gonna say they're jealous of me and try to make some friends with the popular kids. Yeah, that'll work out well. And now look what you're at now. Sure, you still talk to some people, but here's the thing. Do you really have any real friends? Do you? And I'm gonna bring up another thing in which I have my reason for not ever wanting to associate myself with someone like you, or like try to mend the relationship that it once was. And that is in eighth grade, I believe, me, Landon, and our other friend, who I made in seventh grade, and then Landon and him became really good friends in eighth grade. Landon told me and Brent that a girl went up to him and said that and asked really if he was friends with me and Brent. And he said, yeah. Like, what was he supposed to put in that situation? And then she laughed in his face. And Landon didn't take it as hard, but I bring it up because it's like I don't know if sure, Sophia might not have exactly been the reason for that, but like at the end of the day, like back in the day of eighth grade, like she would be on the gimmick train. Like in eighth grade, or like I don't know when exactly she started it. In eighth grade, she was on this whole gimmick about being a gangster. And it was so funny. And then it got even more funny when the time was where she would ask out boys and would get laughably told no. And she would either do one or two things. She would either say that they said yes, or that she wasn't interested in them in the first place, getting outright embarrassed and made fun of. But yet she was too delusions in her mind to see it, and she's still delusion in her mind. Like I mean, for a good bit now, I was like, I don't care about her. I really don't. I don't hate her at all. I almost pity her, but then I heard the news today and I was like, I had a feeling of satisfaction that I had never felt before. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, yep, I hate her. And if the and the different one would be like I really dislike her and I don't like her at all. And it's like she's such a cornball, dude. She's so corny. The way she tries to get herself in every conversation, the way the way she speaks out loud, the way she screams, the way she says song lyrics to herself, thinking it's the toughest thing ever, when it's the most idiotic thing that I have ever seen in my life, is the funniest and stupidest shit that I have ever seen. And it's like, I'm just, I'm just trying to mind my business. And luckily this year, 11th grade, has been the best year for me by far. I mean, the only class that's giving me trouble is crafts. I am on the top of my game. Now back to the topic. It's like it's like Sophia doesn't realize. She doesn't. Like another thing she also has to realize is that there is a that you're gonna have life after high school. And now whether you move or somehow you stay here because you can't get a deal for a house or whatever happens, just there is a life after high school. Like all this all these interactions with people, they won't mean a thing no more. They really won't. Like once high school is done, all the people that you talk to won't ask a peep about you. They won't. And I'm lucky to not have everybody as friends, but I'm lucky to have some actual real friends. Like I made some friends this year. I still got my two buddies. Hell, I made some friends online. I mean, like this school year has really been the identity of myself. Because for the past 4 years, I have been dealing with stuff. It was looking so bleak. It really was. Like it was looking bleak for me, for myself, from the inside to the outside, everything. But I'm happy to say that I'm feeling way better than I felt before. And I'll pray. I'll pray that it goes well for the kids at the other school that you're going to have to go to next year. And it's like, let me just put this in perspective. Imagine you're an 11th grader. Imagine you're an 11th grader and you're making animal noises. And then you're having conversations with people acting like you're the toughest thing ever. Any sane person would be like, that would be the stupidest thing that I would ever done. But she's so delusional. I'm trying to find the right word for it. She's so in her head. She's an egomaniac. If it's not her way, she'll either have the funniest mad face, or like I'm sorry, dude. I can. Like at the end of the day, I'm happy that I'm not like you. I really am. I'm really happy that I recovered with myself. I'm really happy now. Hatred is a toxic thing, and you're like deep within it, and you're doing it. I'd say to stray away from it. But hatred can also be a driving force. And right now, I feel fulfilled. I feel great. I feel happy. I feel vindicated. Because now she has to start over. Just like me. Just like me just like me a few years ago. Barely any friends, or no friends at all. She has to start over from the life of from the life of being an egomaniac, from the life of being corny as hell, from the life of just trying to chime into every conversation that she could. I bet for a fact that she's not going to do that at the other school. I bet for a fact. And you know, it's just a good feeling. No, like I know that if you're like if your mom and you guys move and you get a house, good for her. I don't know how long she had been living in an apartment, but for real, good for her. Good for her. She's a nice woman. And you know, maybe I would say that I wish things were different, but nah. I like them where they're at right now. I'm really happy where I'm at. I got real friends, you got fake ones. I got friends that are for real. You got friends that won't talk to you outside of school. And it's like, I don't think, besides, like, wouldn't even imagine where I'd be at if I was still friends with you. And, like, I'm fine where everything is at because it has made me the man who I am today. It has made me the man. You have been the example of who not to be at school. You've been a really good example for it. I'm not even going to hold you. And you know, it is what it is. And no, I still got Landon. I still got Brent. Hell, I got new friends. Noah, Owen, Mason, Bohan, Alex. I made countless friends. I made countless connections, and I am in a good spot. And honestly, all my last message is going to be this. Get rid of the ego. Get rid of the fake cornball, corny personality. Actually look yourself in the mirror. Just do it. And the thing that I got that she doesn't is a peace of mind. I'm chill about it. Of course, there's still things that I want to do that haven't gone my way, and you know, I've taken it better. I've taken it really better. She doesn't have a peace of mind at all. She just tries to give validation. She tries to chime into every conversation that she can, and she gets pissed when they don't. And she'll probably make a BS rumor about them, or lie about them, or do both. But I'm at peace with myself. I feel better about myself. I feel great. And of course, there's been good days, there's been bad days, but no matter what, I'm still me. And I feel great. And yeah, I meant it when I said that I've never been more happy in my life. God bless.